Fallacy here. Welcome to Real Health. Who'd have thought health is about what we're eating? Join me on my quest to disseminate my go-to health regimen, the Health 44, my clumsy branding of eliminating 4 classes of food, introducing 4 classes of micronutrients. Bingo, bongo, health sorted. So thank you for your interest. Let's do this.
Here we go. Once again, you've clicked on today's episode. Processed foods and sugars. It is widely understood, accepted, prescribed that junk food complex is giving us the state of our health, ill health, chronic disease, autoimmune disease, obesity epidemic. I was one of those with the obesity and the ill health, the chronic ill health, and statistically I was going to die at the sort of age of early 60s. But I've smashed that. And unless I get stabbed, shot, or run over, I'd like to think that I've extended my life by several decades. So, I think I've done an episode on seed oils. Some of the regulars do understand the issues on seed oils, but let's just lump that into the processed foods complex. Sugars. Also perhaps part of the processed foods complex, but I thought I'd lump sugar into this as a clickbaity, more people. I don't know. But let me tell you, for all those one-off listeners, it's not about the processed foods and the sugars. We, as a globe, not just the US, Western countries and beyond, the globe is suffering a crisis of micronutrient deficiencies. It's not widely prescribed, accepted, understood, and forecasted. But that is the elephant in the room. I'd probably place processed foods, sugars, seed oils to be probably 20% of the issue, the problem at hand with our ill health and deteriorating like nothing else. And there's many a podcasting PhD type influencer, social media influencer suggesting processed foods, sugars, seed oils is to blame and just button your eating hole up and move more and you will solve everything. No. Okay, for the one-off listeners, I'm sorry. For the regulars, you have to endure this. You know what it's time for. We need to digest properly, to absorb what we digest and to get dependable daily supply of the micronutrients. And what I've introduced, prescribed for the whole populace of the globe is the Health 44. The first floor of the Health 44 is elimination of 90% of the supermarket plus elimination of 4 food groups. Glucins, which is wheat, barley, rye, oats, all oils in a bottle, also the oils in fried food and the oils in burnt animal fat out. Sugars, which includes limiting fruit and veg intake. My fruit perils or fruit and veg perils podcasts, episodes rather, suggests why that is. And also nitrites is the 4th food category we need to eliminate. This is an elimination diet, eliminating the shit And the second for the 44, introducing the four micronutrient categories. There are 60 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, 2 essential fatty acids that make up the whole 90 declared essential micronutrients. The last one was declared in 1998, I think, choline. Choline was believed to improve the prospects of pregnant fetuses and children. So, yeah. And the last few episodes, many episodes in the past, it's all about the depletion of the minerals in our soils, the depletion of not in just our growth of crops, but less minerals that are in the perennial grasslands which our beasts feed on, the ones that we give the chop to get all those carnivorous foods on our plate. Hello, carnivore people. I'm sort of there. I'm considered keto. So, and yes, this is the whole Health 44 can be achieved with the vegans and all the other proclivities of your food preferences, choices, ideological stance, health stance. Hey, I like keto because I don't like fruit and veg, therefore I'll go keto type people. I don't know, that's probably me. I did like my fruit, but that's pretty effectively eliminated. I probably have fruit 3 times a year, veggies 6 times a year. Not much at all. And I'm doing fine. Yes, in the absence of those supplements, the micronutrients that we require every day. Yes, you would need fruit and vegetables, but given the state of our soils and what our animals have access to, it's a horrible state. If all of a sudden the FDA and the equivalents of all the other countries in the World Health Organization starts to say, off with your supplements heads, they are now illegal, then yes, I'm afraid we need to then consider fruit and veg a little bit more. It's less understood. It's less understood how much micronutrients all our meat complex has. I haven't investigated it too much, but from what I have seen, they can't really work it out. They can't really work it out. Vitamin-wise, you can measure how much vitamins is in a carrot, lettuce, but in eggs and meat, hey, it's coming from vertebrates, and vertebrates have varying amounts of micronutrients in their dead bodies. Okay, and it's hard to work out, but because they were once alive, it is highly possible that all those essential micronutrients are there in the right proportions. Especially if you have liver, kidney, and bone broth, you carnivore people, and the vegans, oh boy, it's very unreliable to be a vegan to get those micronutrients you need, because that carrot that you just took, and this orange, and the next carrot, and the next orange, all have different amounts of minerals in them, especially. Those 2 carrots that you just had, one might have 13 minerals, the other might have 17 minerals in it. We need 60. Even in the same field where you got those carrots from, the same farmer at the organic market, it's a crapshoot. It's unreliable what minerals you're getting from your produce, your vegan, plant-based foods. It's a quagmire. It's a quagmire, even for the carnivores and the keto people out there. The nut-eating people, you got the same problems, the same limitations, more accurate, the word to say there, the same limitations as the vegans, the nut frugivores and I forget what the nut diet is, but anyway, I think you get my drift. As part of the whole processed foods complex, seed oils, the processed foods, the ultra processed foods, which is very gluten laden, it cuts down, I understand this, it cuts down the cost of our calories, the cost of our food. It is approved by the FDA and the equivalents, and bingo bongo, it even worsens our state of our health by a further 20%, in my humble opinion. That part is humble. I'm not very humble, huh? So, what do? The Health 44. The seed oils, yes, they're becoming more on the radar of health seekers and people that are suffering of ill health. But guess what? They're not out of the woods. They are not out of the woods once they start to eliminate the seed oil foods and the ones that start to eliminate the processed foods or the ultra processed foods, the gluten stuff and the sugars and the sweeteners, that whole complex. It's hard to get out of it, and there's one particular reel or concept doing the rounds on those health reels out there on your social media, the TAS, the TAS 12R1 or 2. Anyway, that receptor in the back of our tongue. There's apparently many a PhD researching that, how to get us hooked on particular junk food. I don't think they'll understand what the TAS R1, 2, whatever, is about. Those cravings, the proclivities, your addiction towards, your hunger for the junk food is because we're micronutrient deficient. The regular listener understands that I've pretty much halved my micronutrient supplement dosage in the last month or so. And let's see, I continue to experiment for all of you and for me, because I don't think I'll be getting a following. This low production, this ugly mug and all the rest of it, it's low production value, but I'll tell you what, the concepts which I'm giving you, easy peasy, easy peasy. Once you're satiated with those micronutrients, that you're digesting it and then absorbing it and then making sure you have daily supply for the rest of your life, you won't have this particular cravings for the crisps, the chips, the lollies, the baked goods, the fried food, the salty, the sweet, the yada yada yada. Also, the crack. For the people that are on the carnivore diet, the problem is bacon, nitrates, nitrites is out. If you don't like kidney, liver, bone broth, you're limiting the amount of micronutrients. If you're just on that lion diet, red meat stuff, yes, it's good, but you need more. And also, if you're overcooking it, if you're using the red meat equivalent, if you're going greater than medium rare, you're building up those circulatory risks with the trans fats, the heterocyclic amines and acrylamides that build up in your system. Add to that with the healthy omnivores, those clean eating people, the whole foods people. If you're having a lot of fruit and veg plus well done meat, that is giving you those scary cholesterol numbers. Also, we don't really understand cholesterol numbers. Okay, even the vegans can have high cholesterol numbers when there are plenty of oily dressings on their salads with a lot of fruit and veg intake, oils, sugars, bingo bongo. They also have cholesterol issues, not just the vegans and the keto people. Hey? Get that into you. The keto people, the cheating keto people, the hard keto people, I'm very hard. As in, I've cut out my cheese. The only dairy I have now as part of my keto is, let's say, half a pound of Greek yogurt, milk in my organic decaf coffee. It's not as bad as a soy boy, because caffeine has its issues. Carnivore people, it can leach. I do lean towards that caffeine is leaching much of our minerals that are trying to find their way into our cells and tissues. So I'm trying to improve on that front. See how I go. I was at a funeral the other day, and one particular example, hey, long lost relative, you don't look 51. Yeah, thanks, mate, yeah. And he didn't look like 61 either, but I believe that I'll be looking much better than he was at 61. I don't know. That's just my grandiosity. And I often get comments, and there was something I don't know, someone thought I was 48 for some reason. Not sure how come they thought I was 48. They don't even know me. And I was helping out, and I said 51, and as I was trying to say, hey, we need to go down there for something, they're all sort of looking at me like, you're not 51? And yeah, so let's see how I go in the next 30 or 50 years, hopefully. Even the founder of my supplement suppliers, Joel Wallach, through longevity, even he, at the age of around 85 at the moment, all of a sudden, in the last year, just slowed down. He's just slowed down the speech, the psychomotor movements, general cognition has dropped. But he started fairly late. He had issues in his past, health issues, and in the last 20 years, he really nailed pretty much what I'm doing, although he's got mistakes. That feels like another episode I should go into. He would have had mistakes in there. I've done very few mistakes, but he's done more. Yes, he might be getting a ton load of more micronutrients going into his system, but he still focuses on, gluten-free pizza. Nah. Anyway, that's just a quick snippet of what I might do on Where Joel Wallach is Wrong episode, perhaps in future. But he's still functioning okay for an 85-year-old. He's still done better than the average by only having a 20-year good regimen that he's on. He's done better than 99%, but he has slowed down. And let's see what sort of age he makes it to. If he gets into his 90s, I reckon that's good efficacy by starting fairly late. He pretty much started, he says that he started when he was 9 years old, but there's reports that he was eating hamburgers in the 80s. So he's had plenty of gluten exposure in the past. And he started around my age now. He probably would have died around in his 60s as well, the way he was going. So there you go. So the fixation, maybe not a fixation, 20% real, but the other 80% is the micronutrients. And it's not just taking the micronutrients. People expect miracles by taking those 90 essential micronutrients. It's not that much of a miracle. You need to do the whole 44 properly, and to make sure you increase your salt intake and eliminate that 90% plus of the supermarket, and you'll be righter than 99% of the rest of them. Okay? And I in my in my episode where microbiome episode 1 or 2 ago, I referenced increasing our salt intake to increase the acidity of our gastric juices to then digest properly, digest our food. I forgot to mention that the reason why we need to reduce the pH, acidify our gastric juices even more, is that it's essential to digest. And the whole microbiome understanding, what we're trying to understand on microbiome, that things need to live down there in our gastric juices. Yes, we have this microbiome from this hole down the other hole, but particularly when it comes to digesting in your stomach, nothing is supposed to live in there. So this whole idea of kombucha, sauerkraut, apple cider vinegar, to feed your organisms, your good bacteria, all that sort of thing, which we think is in our stomach. No. Everything must be eliminated in our stomach. In the past, I've referenced around a pH of 1.9, 2.1 type area, battery acid. If you can manage even better, 1.1, then you could probably go on gluten still. I wouldn't advise it. You'd be doing better than most to digest the glutens, but all the processed foods, right? Yeah. But highly unlikely. So you're better off to eliminate the whole 90+% of that supermarket. The glutens, oils, sugars, nitrates, out. Okay? I've recently discovered that there's a mob taking out the nitrates in their bacon. Ooh, I haven't seen it in this part of the world. So, right, I think I'm running out of steam. No, I'm not. With the sugars, sweeteners, there's this idea that anything sweet, even the the monk fruits, which I've talked about, the other sweeteners, the stevia, all the natural stuff. Then you got the chemical stuff like the, whatever they're called, the chemical stuff, I forget now, but yeah, no, I won't try. I've forgotten, but there's this understanding, even the no cal, no GI sweet stuff like the monk fruit extract, if it touches that receptor, the TAS R1 or 2, whatever it is, receptor, it still stimulates insulin response, giving us the whole insulin resistance thing, which is the whole sugar complex. My jury is still a little bit out with my experimentation of the likes of monk fruit. I don't know, I'm still doing okay comparatively. If I had moments, many months of no natural sweetener exposure. No, wait a minute. The micronutrients that I take has stevia in it, so I've always had access to it. So a low-end exposure versus consuming it out of your processed foods. Yeah. I've just quickly realised that I was going somewhere, but it flopped a little bit. But it supports my jury. Is not quite deliberated on that. I was going to do I've had these couple of ideas for people that just as being part of keto / carnivore. If you really want cake, I've thought of this particular concoction, and that is going to happen down the track. I'll post it on YouTube and all that. Let's see how that goes. I've trialed it for a couple of months now. Yeah. Very good. Anyway, anything else on processed foods and seed oils? With the seed oils, together with the coconut oil, the olive oil, if it's bottled, it belongs in that oils out, the elimination of oils part of the Health 44, okay? Because it goes rancid. The olive oil, for example, it gets cut. There's not enough olive production in the world to supply how much olive oil is being consumed. So it's drastically cut with other oils. And once oil goes, if it's not consumed straight away after you crush it, it oxidizes, creates that whole trans fats, heterocyclic amines and acrylamides in your circulatory system, giving us the atherosclerosis buildup. It's not just eating your carnivorous foods. Yes, the carnivorous foods can still build up your atherosclerosis when you fry it like a champion, overheat, overcook it past medium rare. Yes, it will still act like you're eating oils. Well, it is oils and burnt animal fat. That's part of that complex. And so that's why oils are out. And the carnivore people, if you don't understand that, you still might die at the average age of 80 of cancer because you overcook your meat. You overeat your nitrite bacon and your processed meats, other processed meats. For those people that don't understand that, stay away from the processed stuff. With the vegans are often overweight or emaciated. There's only very few in the slot. But I'm monitoring a couple online, and there's this one chick called Sarah Lee, She's also a dog psychologist or something. Dog and anxiety manager, educator, something like that. And she's been vegan for 12 years at least now. And very pretty, still pretty. But you could just see, just see signs. She supplements, but you just see signs that things aren't quite, she could be doing a lot better. But anyway, she's one of the workout people too. And those carnivores that work out and whatnot, if you don't understand that your sweating is still taking away the micronutrients that we're heading towards your cells and tissues, well, you need to probably eat. You shouldn't eat even more, because then the calories thing comes into play. You better look at salting more with especially Celtic sea salt, but hopefully supplement what I recommend, prescribe to the world, okay? Keto people, all of the above, get off the cheese. Would I take out my milk and Greek yogurt? That'll make my eggs with the Greek yogurt. That's the only place I'll put my Greek yogurt. That'll make my eggies a bit boring. So there we go. We have our proclivities, right? So and don't cheat on those keto treats, those keto muffins and all that. No. You just may as well be a standard American diet person, okay? Because you're not satiating yourself with the micronutrients, and that's where it's at. If you're a carnivore, vegan, keto, and beyond, and you still have cravings for particular stuff, micronutrient deficiencies. I, myself, don't have particular cravings for junk food because I'm satiated. I now understand when I'm hungry. I'm actually due for a feed, and has the mic picked up my growling stomach? I don't know, but yeah. So that's why I can stay on proper, like, nice keto, hard keto, because I'm satiated. And it's only a matter of getting the caloric needs. And my estimation is still around 1,800 calories a day that I'm taking in, and being effectively sedentary. Some say, no, you're not. Yes, I'm not fully, but if you count 1 minute of calisthenics each day, that's still effectively nothing. And I don't do hard labor or anything either. So there you go. All right, I was running out of steam, and I'll let it just blip out. So thanks for your interest. I will continue giving you all these insights, even if I only have 2.2 listeners. I don't care. At least I won't be 103 saying, I wish I should have done that to help the world. So yeah, it's just my thing, okay? Until the next time, hopefully, all those one-off listeners, bye-bye.